Hi, I'm Mark from LM Small Engine. Today we're working on a Stihl MS193T. Nice little chainsaw. Reason they brought it in, it sat for a couple years and they want to trim some trees this fall, get ready for the winter. Of course, they had left the gas in there for a couple years. When they brought it over, I opened the gas cap and it smelled really bad, so I dumped it all out. So we're going to have to clean the tank and clean the carburetor. I don't know if it needs a kit or not, but we'll see. But hope you enjoy the video. Okay, let's take this air filter off. Thing looks like it's hardly ever been used. I'm gonna pop the plug out, see what the plug looks like. I always like doing that on 2 cycles because the piston's scored. You just basically waste your time. Kind of rock it back and forth a little bit, break the seal loose. A lot of tree arbors like using saws like this when they're up in the tree cutting branches off. It's burning a little bit okay, but it's burning a little bit on the dry side. I don't know if you can see that. As long as there ain't no aluminum flakes on there, we're fine, but we're going to have to rich that thing up a little bit. We're going to have to turn on the high. I'm going to have to open up the screw a little bit more because that's running a little bit on the lean side there. Let me go grab a plug. It's a NGK CMR 6H. And the gaps, I believe, are like 20, something like that. Things that sat for a while, I like using like a little WD-40 and to spray a little bit in the piston. This gets that ring lubricated for that initial startup. I'm sure the cylinder's dry. Okay. Push the boot on until it clicks. And them 2 nuts are either 5/16 or an 8mm. Should pop right off, but it's like catching on the studs there. Stubborn little thing. But see, when they sit, see all that stain right there? That's all oil. Because when they sit for a while, the gas evaporates out and all that's left is the oil. So that's why I want to take the carburetor apart and clean it up. We have to take the side cover off. Get that linkage unhooked because it's all plastic. I don't want to break nothing. Fuel line unhooked. There we go, and that thing can slide out now. Yeah, there we go. I don't have to worry about breaking that linkage. Or not the linkage, but the piece that the linkage goes in. Right there. There you go. That all fell off. I'll just put that back together later. I'll take that linkage off. It goes like that. Let's see all the oil buildup. It's probably gonna look like that inside the carburetor. Okay, sprayed the carburetor off. Some carburetor cleaner. Get all that oil off of it. And I'm gonna mark this top one, make sure to get it on right. Put a mark there. Other one. And this is a Zama carburetor. ZAMA. Oh, that diaphragm is nice and flexible still. Ain't nothing wrong with that side. Make sure our lines line up. I took that side out to make sure that diaphragm was still flexible. The oil usually collects on this other side when I'm going to take off. On the other side, that's where when the gas evaporates, that's where the oil usually separates. Oh, there's nothing in there. I was surprised. I thought there might be some oil in there, but that's nice and dry. So basically, we didn't have to take the carburetor apart, but if I wouldn't have done that, it probably wouldn't have started. So then I'll take everything all back off again. So it's just best to look. Mainly that round diaphragm that runs the needle and see. You just got to make sure that one's really flexible. So now we can go ahead and put this back on the saw. This fuel pickup goes in that hose right there. And this one goes here. And that choke. Alright. I guess I'm going to put this all back together and we'll worry about the throttle and stuff. But I should have put this on. I guess I wasn't too smart on that. Doggone it. Should have put that linkage on first. Oh well, ain't the end of the road. Make sure this is the right way. And they're just too big for this stuff. Alright, I'm going to get this throttle linkage hooked up. Do that first because it's all coming apart. Yeah, we'll just concentrate on this linkage first because keep tinkering around with the carburetor and more parts fall out. So that goes like that. We'll eventually get it. I guess I should have paid more attention taking it apart. There, I think that's right. But I'm just going to go ahead and put this on before it starts falling apart again. I thought it would stay there better. I'll double check everything before I screw it together. Alright, sorry that took so long. I didn't think it was all going to fall apart like that. Now I'll get these fuel lines put on here. There's that. Throttle's working. Sure them were nice and tight. Air filter looks really clean. I was going to blow it off anyway. But I don't see absolutely nothing came off of it. Alright now. Well, let's put some fuel in there. Use some 91 octane fuel mixture for these. And that's this top one here. And on chainsaws, whenever you put gas into them, I strongly recommend fill it with bar oil in the other compartment, because if you let the oil run out, you could ruin your oil pump, you could ruin your bar because the chain's not getting no oil. So the best thing to do is when you fill it up full of fuel, just automatically fill the bar oil up too. is when they're set right, when the gas runs out, your oil should be almost out. And see, empty. If I want to check that, I would start it up, and I'd probably be buying them a new bar and possibly an oil pump. So there. Oil's full, gas is full. One guy even told me one time he actually, true story, he put straight gas, it wasn't a Stihl, but he put straight gas in the fuel and he put 2-cycle oil in here. Well, he didn't ruin his oil pump or his bar, but he ruined the saw. Well, yeah, true story. Alright, let's bring the camera over here and let's see if we can't get this thing to fire. I'm going to open up the high mixture screw a little bit because it was running kind of lean. And it just takes a little flat screwdriver. And right here there's a low, there's an L for the low, H for the high, and that's your idle. We'll open that high up just like a quarter of a turn. So on fast idle, put it on choke. And there you go, it runs like brand new again. And you can see on the table it's shooting nice oil off the bar. So that's doing good. Anyways, hope this video helps you out. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. And you guys have a good afternoon.